So Maria's going to start off with like some icebreaker questions that are just going to get you ready.
Okay,
So,
great.
Yes. It's going to be either or questions, and I'm going to get you both.
Okay.
You
You're
can
gonna
do
go
it.
first.
You can do it. Come on, Teddy.
Let's just be moral support.
Okay.
Instincts. Answer as fast as possible.
No
Rapid
thinking.
fire.
No
Rapid
thinking.
fire.
No.
Rapid
It's like
fire.
the Phoebe Buffet game.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
All
Love
right.
it. Love
Let's
it.
go. All right. Skittles or M&M's?
Skittles.
M&M's.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Night owl.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke.
There we go.
Watch football or baseball?
Football.
Football.
Spearmint or Cool Mint?
Spearmint.
Spearmint.
Chicken or burgers?
Chicken.
Burgers.
I don't know why I said that.
Cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Beer or liquor?
None.
Beer.
Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
What did you not understand about you go second?
Sorry. I got so excited. I love pancakes.
I'm going with waffles.
Waffles, okay. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Truth.
Vanilla or chocolate?
That my brain exploded. I can't.
Vanilla.
Can't be done.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Book or movie?
Book.
Movie.
Beach or mountains?
So hard. Can't be beach.
Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Chinese food or Mexican food?
Chinese.
Chinese.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Cake.
Sweet.
Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert?
Miranda.
Carrie.
Yes. Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
Facebook.
PC or Mac?
Mac.
For days.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Sunset.
Board game, video game?
Board game.
Board game.
Crushed ice or cubed ice?
Ooh, crushed.
Crushed.
I don't know why I
Nice.
did-
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know why I did the.
Ooh.
Doing dishes or doing laundry?
Dishes.
Laundry.
Compatible.
Caramel or caramel?
Caramel. No. Yeah, caramel.
Caramel. I think I'm caramel, man.
I
Say
didn't
caramel.
realize you were from Rhode Island.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel? Caramel? Caramel.
You're going to be
Not
going this.
caramel. Caramel. That's what I
say
said.
it all night. You're
Yeah, I
gonna
say
go,
caramel. Caramel. Yeah.
Caramel. Okay, so
Next question.
rat. Apple or Android?
Apple.
Apple.
Oh, they both have apples.
There we go. Eat or sleep?
Sleep.
Eat.
So y'all are opposites on a lot of things.
We are. We
Opposites
are.
attract.
We do attract.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, now we're going to start.
Reed, well done.
Yes. Now we're going to start with like the more music-y questions.
Okay.
Okay, so what made you decide that you wanted to join into the country music world? Because I read your bio and you went to college for something like really, really smart. And I was like,
Geology.
wow.
No, not that smart, but yeah.
Smart.
Thank you.
So, I mean, what made you decide to make that transition from what you went to college for into country music?
I took a job in oil and gas and I hated it, honestly. I mean, I love what I did. I love playing music, and I just knew, like, I was going to graduate school and then you go to work. So I did that, and 2 weeks into my first job, I was like, man, I really wish I was playing music.
Yeah.
So I did it for a year, saved some money, and my parents kind of pushed me to keep working. And then a year to the day that I started, I quit and moved to Nashville.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Was there a concert that you attended that you saw the artist up on stage and you were like, I want to do that?
Yep.
Who
It
was
was
that?
Eric Church in 2009, and it was at the Varsity Theater in Baton Rouge. And he blew my mind. I'll never forget, it was the day that Michael Jackson died.
Mm-hmm.
And because my girlfriend at the time loved Michael Jackson and didn't want to go to that show because she was like in mourning. And I
Yeah.
was like, I respect Michael Jackson, love his music, but I'm going to see Eric Church.
Right.
So she came, but I remember, I'll never forget that, but it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
I love Eric Church.
Yeah.
So what song that you have written yourself best describes you and your music?
Good question. Here lately, it's probably been Flight Risk.
Oh, I love that one.
I think that one is that came from a real place, and it's just like we were talking about. You leave your hometown, you leave a job, or you leave something that's comfortable, and you go chase something crazy. So
Yeah. We want to
Flight Risk.
play that one on the radio, but you say a word that we're not allowed to say. We can't say it now because it's going on the radio.
bet your yeah, okay.
Because everybody's like, play that one for us. And I'm like, I would love to.
Yeah.
But I would lose my
Sorry.
job. So
Well, I'm glad y'all like it.
I love that one.
Thank you.
What song has had the most impact on your life? if you had to choose
The
one?
most impact on my life? Well, it'd probably be Something to Remember You By, just because that was the first time I heard a song of mine on the radio. You know, when they played it on XM and it was on the highway, and so yeah. I mean, there's, you know, everybody talks about how hearing your song on the radio is just one of the most incredible feelings ever. It's true. So yeah, that one.
What has been your most memorable show?
Oh, most memorable show. I would say probably we opened for Sam Hunt in Nacogdoches, Texas. It was at a place called Bonita Creek Hall. It's like a Texas dance hall, but it was, you know, there were 2,000 people there, and it was completely sold out. And that has that one show has done a lot for us.
Yeah, because I hear that's how your squad got started.
It is.
So,
It is
but
done a
that
lot.
show-
So I don't think we'll ever forget that show.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Sam treated us like, you know, kings. He was great to us.
Right.
Didn't have to do what he did, so he's awesome. We're big fans.
Yes.
Us too.
Yeah.
If you had to pick, what would be your favorite song that's on country radio right now?
Right now, favorite song. Yeah, I mean, I love the. I don't know if it's out right now, but it was a number one. But Brothers Osborne single, "Stay a Little Longer," and I also love "Burning House" from Cam,
Yeah.
which is great.
That song makes me feel like I can sing.
Yeah.
Belt it out. I'm like, I can sing.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we both of those songs have been just, you know, they're from new acts, and I love seeing that.
Yes.
But there's so many. I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
songs in country that I love, just fans of. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you could collab with any artist that is country, who would it be?
Any artist that's country, God, after watching Sam, probably Carrie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I mean, that's a lucky dude.
Love. I know.
Yeah.
I love.
I'm such a Carrie fan. So yeah, probably Carrie.
Yeah, I love her. So she was actually my first concert I ever went to, and I
Oh,
was like, I
really?
was like hooked. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be more life now.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Where was it?
It was actually right after she won American Idol, and it was in Huntsville at the
Oh,
Redstone
wow.
Arsenal. So like it was
So early,
yeah,
like, in her career.
So it was Josh Turner opened for her, and it was Carrie Underwood. And I'm
Wow.
like, you get like two of the best acts like at one
Absolutely.
time. And I'm like, oh, I love.
Absolutely.
So I got hooked, and it's been downhill since. Okay, so to twist that question, if you could collab with anybody outside of the country genre, who would it be?
Kings of Leon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yep.
You look like you could be in the Kings of Leon.
Thank you.
Is that a good compliment?
That's a compliment, man.
Okay,
Heck yeah. That's
I
awesome.
love them. Okay, and so your current single right now is doing well. Do you know when you'll be releasing your next single, and do you have an idea of what it will be?
I don't. I mean, that's we have a lot of say so in what the single is going to be, but you don't have complete say so. You know, you start getting into labels and things like
Right.
that. You know, people that know the industry and know radio and know they do, like, they test singles sometimes to see how well they're going to do.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I know some that I love. You know, that I hope are singles. But you never know. I mean, I would say, fingers crossed in the next few months, we'll see.
Are you going to try to push Something to Remember You By on like regular radio instead of Sirius XM, or are you just going to like start with a new song?
I imagine
You
we'll
think?
start with a new song.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll start back up. I think XM is a great introduction. I mean, it's a great way to
Right.
get your voice out and your sound, and then, hopefully that segues into something else. So I would imagine we go with something different.
We're going to hint with I Bet You Won't.
Oh, really?
I love that one. That's
Do
like my
you?
favorite. I listen to it like on repeat.
Oh,
all
that's
the time.
great. That was one of
Love
those.
it.
That was one of those that I wrote, a long time ago, but with two great buddies, Josh Kerr and
Right.
Scott Stepikoff, and that song kind of leaked. It wasn't one that we.
Right. Because Josh have actually put it up on SoundCloud.
Yeah. And Josh is just a great buddy, and he was like, "Man, I love the song." And I was actually at a movie one night with Teddy and some other buddies. And I got a text message from Josh, and it was like, "You got to check this song out." I just went in and reworked "I Bet You Won't." So I
Right.
got out, and I'm like, "Can't wait for the movie to be over because I can go listen in my car."
Yeah.
And I listened. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!"
so good.
And then like that night or something, he put it up on SoundCloud, and the next day, like,
Yeah.
Twitter and everything was blowing up, and I was like, "Dude, this is great." So response is, I appreciate you saying that because for it to get out and people to say how much they love, it's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
Well, kind of to go on that, can you feel like the fan growth at your shows?
Yes, yeah, and there's nothing better than that.
Right.
There's nothing better than that. I mean, people know songs and just to show up, and they might not be into it at first, but halfway in, they're like, "This is pretty good,"
Right.
I mean, yeah. But to answer your question, yeah, I can definitely feel it, and it's incredible.
Can you tell like which song has the best appeal to the crowd?
What do you think, Ted?
It's different everywhere you play.
Right.
Yeah, I think James Brown does really well. Get Down
Yeah.
at the when we close our show out. That one does really well.
That
Something
one's
to
really,
remember you
like,
by.
upbeat and fun,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably that one, but it varies.
All right. Well, when you're writing your music, which comes first usually, the melody or your lyrics?
It's usually an idea. It's usually having like a hook or like a title. So I guess it would be the melody, because that is such a
Right.
big part of the melody. So probably the melody, and then, but you never know. I mean, I bet you won't. Josh had a track built, and we walked in and we're like, "Dude, this is awesome." So it's different, but I'd say 8 times out of 10, it's going to be the lyric first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have a song right now that you've currently written that just has you like fired up and you can't wait? Either you've already released it or you can't wait to release it.
Yes, I do. I actually wrote it this week.
Are you allowed to tell us the name?
Yeah, I think I can.
He's like, I don't
Thinking
know.
about it. It's called. Actually, I don't know if I can or not. I think I can. It's called "Love Got Me Like."
Love got me like.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty. I let the guys listen to it in the band, but it's just me, 2 other co-writers and 2 guitars, and it's really stripped down. It's really fresh. So it's
good.
just the bones of it. But yeah, I'm really fired up about it.
Good. Who would you love to record one of your songs that is currently maybe like a big star right now? If you were to write a song for somebody and you couldn't cut it, or you thought, I want this person to record it.
That's a good question.
That's a great question. I think just because I grew up such a fan, and he's just like the hero of country music, would probably be George Strait.
Yes.
So there's so many songwriters in town that just wish they could get a George Strait cut. So it'd have to be the king.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
It's more of a quote, but my dad used to say it a lot, and then I had a coach that used to say it when I was in high school, and he said it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. So that's a big one. That one's always stuck with me. So no matter how much you think somebody's better than you or bigger than you, that quote sticks out.
That's a good one.
While you were in college, did you ever participate with like your campus's radio station or newspaper?
No, I didn't. And it was one thing that I went to LSU, and maybe it was because it was such a big school. I don't know. But no, I didn't. I mean, I definitely knew the Advocate, and there was the LSU paper and everything. So I read it, but I didn't. I never did interviews or anything. But I wasn't into music like I am now.
We're actually a blend because they are the Chanticleer, part of our school newspaper. She's actually the editor-in-chief, and she's the arts and entertainment editor. And then she also does Cocky Country with me, and then I do Cocky Country. So it's we're the perfect blend of student media.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a nice little mesh.
Right.
That's awesome.
So when I'm in band, so whenever I perform, I do I have a show song that I listen to. Is there a song that before you go on stage for the night that you listen to that gets you fired up?
Yes, it's
Teddy's
the
like,
Baywatch theme song.
Teddy's face is maybe we shouldn't tell them
It is the Baywatch theme song, and I can't even remember how it got
I can
started.
tell you exactly we were listening to it in the van because when you're driving 8-10 hours somewhere, you run out of things to listen to. And so we put on the Baywatch theme song, and it turns out that I know every part of the
Oh, it is okay. If we get this filmed, we'll send it to you.
Okay, please do.
It is the
I wanna see
funniest
that.
thing because Teddy literally plays every part and does the whole dance thing and then plays the piano. I mean, every instrument and song.
We'll
It's
just
the
drive
funniest
with
thing I've
y'all
ever
to the
seen.
venue and tape it for everybody.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. I don't even know the title of the song.
Baywatch theme song.
There you go.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
We did it once and then it stuck.
it's stuck. Definitely stuck. We actually have a Baywatch.
Barbie.
We have a Baywatch Barbie. It's our
Yes.
van theme.
Somebody actually wanted me to ask y'all about that.
Yeah, it's
Ask
Bethel.
how it's
Bethel. What is it? Bethel,
Bethel
the
the
Baywatch
Baywatch
Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah, her name's Bethel.
I like the alliteration.
She is a babe. So I'm gonna say, such a babe. Rabbit has a huge crush.
What is something that's on your bucket list?
Something that's on my
And you can
bucket
answer
list.
this one too if you want.
Okay. As a performer, I would love to play the Ryman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Teddy?
Yeah, the Ryman's mine too. But part of that is because having grown up in Nashville, it's just like, that's like the temple of country music.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
It's the mother church, and
Yeah.
it's acoustically perfect. Everybody's, who's anybody has played there, and I feel like we've seen so many shows there, and you sit in the pews, and it's like, I got to get on that stage.
So Bridgestone's the same way too. I think just when you've sat in those places where you've been inspired by other people,
Right.
you want to go do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
That's good. Okay, so something that's very controversial right now is like the country music changing, from like the traditional to like the pop and rock side. So what is your stance on that? Like, how do you feel about that?
Ooh.
We like
Gripes. I think that, honestly, I think that change is a good thing. I mean, you're always going to have traditional guys. I mean, I don't know if y'all know, like William Michael Morgan is a guy
Yes,
coming
I
up.
met a girl.
Yeah, and he's a country guy. You're always going to have like straight. You're going to have guys like Dustin Lynch who can do both of it.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think everybody needs to find their lane, whether it is a more like Sam Hunt, which I'm such a fan, and then or a William Michael Morgan. Everybody has their own lane.
Right.
And I think that country is, obviously one of the most progressive genres, and everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So, no, I can't say that I'm like, crap, that's not country music, because
Yeah.
I'm just not that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people are, though. It's a good
Yes.
point. Yeah.
Okay, so what does the future hold for you musically?
Oh, who knows? That's a great question. I guess I'll find out. I mean, I feel like as a band, collectively, we're a one show at a time group of guys. We're, and me as a writer, them as musicians, we're like, let's just get better. Let's get
Right.
better. And as long as we're doing that, I mean, guys that we play with, we'll play with Cole tonight, and we'll watch a show.
Right.
And we'll see what he does on stage that we can learn from. And it's the same as watching, Garth Brooks. What can you learn from him? So as long as we're getting better, I think that we will have a promising future.
I think y'all are doing really well. Like, I've been to a lot of
thank you.
shows, and like sometimes you can't really like see, like sometimes they can't interact well with the fans. And like I've seen your fan growth on Twitter,
Yeah.
just by following and like the squad retweeting everybody. Like I see that fan growth, and so
Yeah.
I think y'all are doing really well. And then like your
thank you.
music, like when I heard it, it doesn't sound like something like a new artist would like put out, because like most of the time it's like really sounding like a demo song, type.
Yeah.
Whereas like yours is like really like got a lot of good sounds in it, and like
That's
that's what fires
good.
me up. I'm like, he's gonna do well. Somebody asked
You're
me about your
hired.
opinion. I am a PR major, so I got you.
Awesome. That's great.
We were
Yeah.
listening to your music on the way here, and like every next song that came on, Renee was like, "Yes, yes."
Oh, that's
Just
great.
gets me fired up.
Well,
I
thank you
love.
for saying that. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good.
So, final question: what would you want somebody that may not know anything about you to walk away from this interview knowing?
Oh.
We just like to ask all the hard questions. around
Yeah,
here.
that is. I mean, this is a total ripoff of Peyton Manning, but I want people to think that I'm a good guy. I want people to think that I'm a good bandmate. I want people to just, I think you just be nice to people, man, and you be respectful and do what you do and respect what other people do, whether you like it or not. That's what they do. So probably just, I want people to just think I'm a good guy.
That's a good answer.
I have a
Quote
question that's like,
Jacob Davis, quote Peyton Manning.
Well, got you.
Wayne Gretzky.